This is breaking news. New information about the FBI officials caught sending anti-Trump text messages during the 2016 presidential campaign. Senator Rand Paul asked that agency whether Peter Strzok and Lisa Page still currently have security clearances despite being, well, reassigned. He got a letter, and now he knows the answers. He's sharing it with us on Overtime today. Senator Paul, obviously a member of the Foreign Relations Committee. You got this letter. What does it say?
Well, it's interesting. You know, Peter Strzok and Lisa Page are enemies of President Trump. They were spending time at work trying to figure out how to keep him from being president, and if he were president, trying to have some sort of insurance policy to, I guess, prevent him from acting as president. And so we asked the question of the FBI director, do they still have top secret clearance? Can they search databases unrestricted without a warrant? And the answer we got was sort of a non-answer, but it's an interesting non-answer because they said all FBI agents have top secret clearance and must keep that. So if they're still FBI agents, which apparently they are, he means the non-answer specifically really is an answer, and it says that they can search our databases. And our point is a broader one here. We're concerned whether you don't like Trump or you don't like the Democrats. If you work for the FBI, you should have the oversight of a judge, so you can't willy-nilly search, you know, an enemies list that you might have at work.
Senator, I want to step in and unpack this a little bit because this is important. We've been waiting to see, and I know you put in your request back in January to be able to see if Peter Strzok and Lisa Page still have security clearances. What kind of clearance do they have, and what would that mean for today?
Well, specifically, the way they answered us is they said, we will not answer you about specific agents, but we will say that all FBI agents have top secret clearance.
What does that mean?
My understanding is that means that they have access to all the databases that the FBI has access to. And this is an enormous amount of information. There's the FISA database called 702 database. There's the 12333 database, which is another secret database. But then there's just immense databases. And the question is, Peter Strzok and Lisa Page hate the president so much. Can they be typing up his lawyer's name? Can they be typing up my name? Could they be typing up Republican donors' names to the president and searching at their desk ways to try to bring them down? They need to be fired. At the very least, they need to be suspended from any privileges to look at these databases until it's determined whether or not they can still remain at the FBI. But this is why we want, in general, we want everyone at the FBI, good or bad, potentially good or bad, we want everyone to have to ask a judge. This is what our founding fathers wanted. They separated the police power from the judicial power so we would have checks and balances.
That's the umbrella look at this real quickly, though. Who can they search? Could they search the president? I mean, I just want to get to the nitty-gritty. What does it mean that two people who've been reassigned for having potential bias against a sitting president now still have the type of access that they can search almost anybody? Is he on that list?
I know of no limits to who they can search. Any American can have their name typed into there, and they do not require a judicial warrant. And this is a big fight. We had this fight in the Senate 2 months ago. This is why I was so disappointed, because those of us who want to reform the system want to say that FBI agents should have to go to a judge to get a warrant to look up an American's information. They came back and said, oh, if there's an open FBI investigation, you have to get a warrant. Well, that's actually the least of our concern. We want to know when there's no investigation, when someone just trolling through Republican donors down at FBI headquarters, we want to know they can't do that. And specifically, we asked them, can Peter Strzok and Lisa Page do it? And they said all FBI agents have top secret clearance. They wouldn't answer specifically whether Peter Strzok and Lisa Page have it, but if all agents have top secret clearance and they are still agents, then, you know, there is a syllogism there that sort of indicates that they still have that power.
This is very interesting, and you know, there's one other thing I want to talk to you about before we move on here, and it's also breaking news today. You potentially could stand in the way for Mike Pompeo's confirmation hearing. It's tomorrow, and you've threatened to filibuster that. Why?
My concern is that President Trump's been very, very clear about his vision of the world. His vision of the world includes the idea and the understanding that the Iraq War was a mistake. Does Pompeo believe that? If he doesn't believe that, I don't know how he can serve the president well. The president's also said it's time to come home from Afghanistan. Does Pompeo believe that? If he doesn't believe in what the president believes in, I think it would be a disservice to the president to have him in that position. So I think we need to explore, and this is the advice and consent that the Constitution gives to the Senate. We need to explore whether or not Pompeo is faithful to the president's vision, or whether he will be like a lot of the rest of the establishment in Washington and obstruct what the president wants to do.
You know, he had both sides of the political aisle supporting him in his current position. We'll see how it checks out. Big news that you brought us today, Senator Rand Paul from the Hill. Thank you very much. We'll be right back.
Thank you.